So the questions that we asked this evening before we cut across to our guest, question one, why is BJP and AIADMK considering a re-alliance? Is it of convenience? We'll delve into that with our political experts. BJP and AIADMK patch up detrimental to Annamalai standing. Let's hark back with what really went down in 2023, viewers. The BJP state head did not want this alliance. He called Jayalalitha corrupt. The AIADMK broke off this alliance. But why is it that they are wanting to come back where the BJP is concerned? Resources is a big draw there. It's a marriage of convenience, temporary as that. How will AIADMK manage ideological differences? Because that's going to be big when it comes down to delimitation, language policies already aflame. What will become of the BJP and the PMK alliance? The BJP, mind you, is an alliance of the PMK. The PMK has the same political hunting ground as the AIADMK, though the PMK did very badly in the general elections. Let's take all these questions together to our political experts this evening. Joining me, Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist, Sumant C. Raman, political analyst, T.S. Sudhir, political analyst, Sandeep Shastri, national coordinator, Lok Niti. To begin with you, Sandeep Shastri, how do you look at the latest developments in Delhi, but the ramifications back in Tamil Nadu?
Preeti, I think the term you used is the most appropriate. This is a marriage of mutual convenience. With the assembly elections coming next year, the AIADMK sees the need to be having a national party as its partner because they see that as the one way of challenging the DMK. The BJP also realizes that if it has to gain a bigger foothold in Tamil Nadu, it would be necessary for them to ally with the main opponent of the DMK. And given the nature of politics between the DMK and the BJP, it's important for both the BJP and the AIADMK to get into this alliance. Let's also remember in Tamil Nadu politics, national parties have always done well when they have allied with a party based in Tamil Nadu. Though the BJP's vote share may have increased in the Lok Sabha election, they were not able to win seats. And therefore, I think the BJP too realizes the need for a local party strong enough to be its alliance partner to challenge the DMK, and a similar expectation on the part of the AIADMK.
Shekhar Iyer, so then clearly what the BJP state head had envisioned, that the BJP will not be able to progress with the baggage of the likes of AIADMK, keeping in mind of Annamalai calling Jayalalitha corrupt at that time, practically touching the AIADMK holy grail. All of that is now by the wayside, especially on how the BJP performed in the Lok Sabha general elections, where they thought they're going to make big gains, but it really came down to a naught.
Indeed, Preeti, after the Lok Sabha elections, both the parties, both AIADMK and the BJP, have realized that since they can't do it alone, they have to do it together. Basically, they have to avoid a split in opposition votes. But this thing, which may appear like a bolt from the blue, but a lot of things have happened in the last few weeks. First, there were talks between the new party that has been launched by actor Vijay, Tamil Vetri Katchi, and the AIADMK through some interlocutors. But actor Vijay was not willing to play a second fiddle to AIADMK in an AIADMK-led alliance. And after that, Mr. Palaniswamy had a rethinking that he could not manage alone because the DMK would certainly benefit from the...
We're having a problem with your audio. We've lost your audio, Shekhar, Shankar Iyer. We've lost your audio. We're going to come right back. I want to go across to T.S. Sudhir. We're going to fix his audio till then. T.S. Sudhir, when you look at it, expected it was going to happen, but earlier on this alliance hasn't quite worked. Why should it work now?
Well, see, if you're talking about some kind of a rapprochement taking place between the BJP and the AIADMK, it did not happen yesterday, last night. In fact, on the 3rd of March, Annamalai was a guest at the wedding of the son of S.P. Velumani, who is the strongman of the AIADMK in the western part of Tamil Nadu in Coimbatore. And I think that's where the icebreaker really happened. Annamalai, much to everyone's surprise, was greeted rather warmly by the AIADMK bigwigs at that event. And subsequently today, yesterday, Edappadi Palaniswamy went and met the Union Home Minister. So obviously some kind of background work has happened, because both the AIADMK and the BJP realize that 2026 will be the battle to fight for. The AIADMK even more so, because they do realize that with the split in the anti-DMK vote, if it fails to come back to power in 2026, it may actually spell big trouble for the party, which in any case has been reduced to a party of Western Tamil Nadu after the last assembly elections. 2021, it did not work for the simple reason that there was anti-incumbency against the AIADMK regime and they lost power. 2024, it was a simple case of the split in the anti-DMK vote. This time also in 2026, that risk is pretty much there, because there is the superstar Vijay's party, new party, which is also threatening to take away a part of the youth and the women vote. But in case the AIADMK and the BJP don't come together, along with other parties like the TMC, like the PMK, if they don't put together this kind of a multi-starer rainbow coalition, then there is even lesser chance of them coming to power. At least with this, they will have a fighting chance. On paper, it will come across as a formidable opposition to the DMK-led alliance.
Before, I'll bring in the other panelists, but you speak of this rainbow type coalition. PMK and AIADMK, of course, very in terms of positioning, it's quite the same, similar hunting ground where they're looking at how will this rainbow coalition actually work. And the second question, Sudhir, that I'd like to ask you is, what happens to Annamalai now? Because this is practically undermining of Annamalai. AIADMK is not going to broker an alliance at the cost of Annamalai still being where he is.
Well, quickly, the PMK's hunting ground, not exactly the same as AIADMK. AIADMK is a much bigger party with a much bigger catchment area. Yes, they have lost a bit of the heft in the southern part of Tamil Nadu after the exit of leaders like Paneerselvam and TTV Dinakaran. PMK is much more of a one-year belt-dominated party. Much more of its catchment area is in the northern part of Tamil Nadu. As far as Annamalai is concerned, very important question as to how the BJP will deal with it. Annamalai's comments against Jayalalitha and to an extent against CM Annadurai were instrumental in the exit of the AIADMK from the NDA. Now, if the AIADMK is to come back to the NDA fold, it would obviously put the condition that Annamalai cannot be at the forefront of the entire NDA the NDA alliance in Tamil Nadu. The other big problem is that both Annamalai and Edappadi Palaniswamy come from the same Gounder community and both of them in the sense of their Karma Bhumi from the western part of Tamil Nadu, given the fact that Annamalai contested from the Coimbatore Lok Sabha constituency. How will the BJP and the AIADMK reconcile that? It's quite possible that they may form some kind of a coordination committee with other senior leaders of the BJP also having a say, so as to reduce Annamalai's importance in the party. But in the long-term interest of the party, I don't think the BJP will completely undermine or neutralize Annamalai's importance, because whatever the BJP is today in Tamil Nadu, if it is seen as punching above its weight, a large part of that credit really goes to Annamalai.
Shankar Iyer, would you want to weigh in on that? Because Mr. Iyer, if you look at it, at somewhere you have an Annamalai who wanted to pull away, it didn't quite work out. Now, you have AIADMK, which is a divided house in Tamil Nadu, everyone trying to claim or, reclaim the legacy of Jayalalitha. But the BJP is also a divided house. You have two very strong leaders, and H. Raja in one account and Annamalai in one account, and H. Raja is the one who seemingly is mooting for this alliance.
Well, Preeti, with the central leadership stepping in, central BJP leadership stepping in, the larger goal is to somehow ensure decent numbers for the opposition in Tamil Nadu. Therefore, it has been made very clear they will have to avoid a split in votes. In fact, they have been preparing, just as, Palaniswamy said, the common enemy is DMK and I'm willing to do anything towards that end to get DMK defeated, DMK-led defeated. Similarly, Annamalai made a statement saying that our goal is the removal of DMK. See, the problem here is the DMK has been taken back by these developments because DMK thought it was having a cakewalk. In fact, the allegation made by Annamalai was that actor Vijay is a prop-up of the DMK because after Vijay refused to agree to any seat sharing arrangement with the ADMK and even announced they are going to go it alone after initially saying that his party is for alliance and for coalition. And now the things have changed. You see, this new thing is going to completely, will force DMK to rework its strategy. Because as far as problems between Annamalai and others, the larger goal here is, they have to work for the 2026 election. And Annamalai has understood the reality, and he will go by what the BJP central leadership wants. Now, also remember what Palaniswamy said today. He says our ideology has not changed. Only alliances happen during the time of election, which means there are room for more maneuvers. Now, on the DMK-led front side, we need to look, because they are trying to move PMK back into the DMK fold. Now, if PMK comes in, there is another party which will go. That is the Dalit party. That is Thirumavalavan's VCK. So a lot of things are happening there. But this is the first step towards preventing a split in opposition votes. If the opposition remains split, as it happened in Lok Sabha election, DMK will have a walkover. And they have already analyzed the results of Lok Sabha elections of 2024. And both the sides, both AIADMK and DMK, have realized that they cannot have a repeat of the same thing. And one more thing I want to add. Palaniswamy's only condition is, don't force OPS and Shashikala and TTV Devakara on me. Don't put that pressure, because one of the reasons for Palaniswamy to leave NDA alliance was the pressure that was on him to accommodate these people. And there was another problem. Palaniswamy felt that if he leaves the BJP-led NDA alliance, the minority would automatically transfer to AIADMK. That did not happen in the Lok Sabha elections. So a lot of lessons have been learned both by the BJP and by Palaniswamy.
Right. Okay. I also want to bring in Sumansi Ravi into this Raman into this conversation. But with what Shekhar Iyer said, Mr. Shastri, and I want to bring you in on that. Do you agree with that? We might be, far away from Tamil Nadu politics in Delhi. And correct me if I'm wrong, because the word here is actually that actor Vijay is the team B of, the BJP or the AIADMK. And correct me if I'm wrong there. The second question that I wanted to ask you, Mr. Shastri, is the big Annamalai conundrum and the possible split in, say, within H. Raja and Annamalai, where Tamil Nadu is concerned as well, on the outlook to this alliance.
Preeti, I live in a state next to Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, so the ground level understanding of what is in Tamil Nadu, I would share what Shekhar just now told us. I think both the ANNA-DMK and the BJP require each other to be able to challenge their principal enemy, the DMK. And they believe that one way they could do it is to pool their strengths, pool their resources, and come together.
Right.
Second question, let's remember this alliance is something which the central leadership of the BJP appears to have blessed. And both the ANNA-DMK and the BJP state leadership may have made comments against each other in the past, and that's quite common. DMK and BJP, when they were in alliance, they made all types of comments at that point of time and later. So I think the reality of politics will require you to put away those differences. And in some ways, it's the central leadership of the BJP also trying to sort out issues in the state unit of the BJP.
All right.
So I think let's read too much into that.
Okay, Sumansi, Raman, getting you on the show with multiple possibilities now at play. How are you looking at it? Number one, also, how is AIADMK, if this alliance goes through, maneuver the ideological minefield where the political ground already being laid by the, the DMK when it comes down to delimitation and the two-language policy? Number two, what would be the fallout of it where it comes down to even the local BJP unit?
Yeah, the local BJP unit, with the sole exception perhaps of the state party president, has got a very good relationship with the AIADMK. The problem really is now, what does the BJP do with the state party president, who has been sniping consistently against the AIADMK? In fact, media reports said that he threatened to resign about a year ago if the alliance was continued with the AIADMK. So now the BJP has to take a call on what they are going to, how they're going to handle the situation. Even yesterday, he did not issue what was a wholehearted welcoming of this. He said anybody can meet the home minister. That is no big deal, kind of a statement was made. So they have this problem to solve. The second issue is, it's very surprising, Preeti, that the state unit and the central high command of the BJP have been doubling down on this language issue. The language issue is where DMK, AIADMK, and every regional party in Tamil Nadu is united on the two-language formula. Why should the BJP now raise this issue? It is not going to be able to impose it because legally the states are not mandated to accept the education policy at all. So that part is still not clear. Why are they doubling down on this? Delimitation is not going to happen before 2026. Everybody knows that. Election Commission says census will have to be completed. So there is none of these are issues on which the High Command should be doubling down in Tamil Nadu. And yet we see them go hard. We see Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan go gung-ho in Parliament on this issue. So that is something which we are not able to understand. Is this some kind of a double game that the BJP is playing? They've been playing a double game consistently with the AIADMK.
But a double game, Mr. Raman, to benefit who?
To decimate the AIADMK. The point really is, Preeti, that the BJP and the DMK have got a very good working relationship. All this stuff in public that, we are fighting with each other and we are coming out with aggressive statements. Behind the scenes, the DMK is the only opposition government that has got away without being significantly targeted by the agencies. You know what happened in Delhi, you know what happened in Jharkhand, you know what happened in Bengal, you know what is happening in Karnataka. So there is a method to this whole thing. So I'm not terribly sure that the AIADMK will just be taken in by whatever words come from the BJP High Command. They will need to see action on the ground.
Okay.
They will need to see the state president told to back off and stop criticizing the AIADMK.
All right. I want to bring in T. Sudhir as well. But very quickly, Mr. Raman, how do you see in all of this? Because, it's all, going to fall in, where all these players, political players are concerned, the role of actor Vijay in all of this.
Look, if Vijay chooses not to be part of this alliance, he gets isolated. He has already said that the BJP is his ideological enemy, and at the state level, the DMK is his political enemy. Now, clearly, it's going to be very difficult for him to justify an alliance with any party which is already in an alliance with the BJP. But having said that, he then becomes isolated because then the question is between two big alliances when there is a fight. The third player usually gets squeezed out simply because people will vote for whom you don't want. So those who don't want the DMK will tend to gravitate towards this alliance. So and therefore, it makes a lot of political sense if the AIADMK, BJP, PMK, DMDK, Mr. Vijay Kant's party, and very importantly, there is an outside possibility of a small regional outfit, Tamil Nationalist Party called NTK, which commands about 6 to 7% of the vote. They've always gone alone. There is now talk that the BJP may somehow be able to rope them in. If that comes to fruition, then we are looking at a combine that can potentially defeat the DMK alliance in 2026.
All right. I'm going to give all of you just 30 seconds on what you're going to be watching out for over the course of the next 7 months as we lead up to elections in 2026 in Tamil Nadu. T.S. Sudhir, would you want to go first?
Well, I think the big challenge, if this NDA alliance actually takes place, is how do you actually convert the AIADMK, which, as I said, is being reduced to a Western Tamil Nadu kind of an outfit, to actually spreading its wings in the southern, more politically important part of Tamil Nadu. And that will mean some kind of a rapprochement between EPS and OPS, TTV Dinakaran, the older faction, all of them political disciples of Jayalalitha. That will actually dictate the future of AIADMK. And also EPS is fighting for its own political relevance. If he loses, if the AIADMK does not manage to come back to power in 2026, it will be pretty much political curtains for the party.
All right. Mr. Shastri, 30 seconds, sir. What are you going to watch out for?
What I'm going to watch out for is how the BJP central leadership gets its house in order in the state. How does it manage the Annamalai factor and other factors? And for the Anna DMK, I think how the Anna DMK is able to take advantage of an alliance with a national party and allow some of the tensions which possibly could be there with a national party, two-language formula or delimitation to be put on the background and focus on the assembly elections. These are the two issues which I think will be
Mr. Raya,
dominant.
would you like to go next and then we'll close with Mr. Raman?
Well, I think a lot of discussion has happened between this one-to-one between Amit Shah and Palaniswamy. So the questions we are raising this evening has already been somewhat dictated to. That's the information I get. And we must also, I would rather look forward to how the DMK is going to counter this. Will it race to ensure some kind of an understanding with the central BJP, as Mr. Sumant P. Raman was suggesting, or will it brace up for a situation where the opposition could actually get united? Because on the ground, there are several anti-incumbency issues of which corruption is topmost, Preeti.
All right, Mr. Raman, would you like to sum it up? What are the things to watch out for?
One very important point, which I don't know whether it has been made, this TTV Dinakaran factor in the southern part of the state, where 2 to 3% vote, which is very important, which AIADMK lost. Now, there is a possibility of an alliance where Mr. Dinakaran, because he runs a separate party called the AMMK, is roped into the alliance, and the BJP allots him their quota. It's not something which EPS would like to do, but if push comes to shove, the BJP may be able to manage that. So all told, I think we need to wait. There's still a year to go, but early signs that there's going to be a formidable combine to take on the DMK in 2026.
Well, I think we're also, most of us in Delhi are watching out for what comes off Annamalai. But appreciate all four of you gentlemen for joining us. Thank you there.